has really been a topic of conversation this week because of her music. No, come on, don't be ridiculous. Come on, be serious for 1 fucking second. If you're gonna play games, get off the video and let's not even talk. Blind Adams have been saying this for a while, but now there is a woman on Instagram who is accusing Saweetie of being a yacht girl. And for those of you who don't know what a yacht girl is, it's basically a girl who sells cookies, but she's not a Girl Scout.
Y'all, this whole situation with Saweetie just went from messy to straight up scandalous. It started with a simple Instagram story, one post from someone who used to be close to her, and now it's snowballed into one of the craziest rumors in female rap right now. Because according to what's being blasted all over social media, Saweetie's ex-friend didn't just call her out for not paying her money, she also dropped nuclear tea about what's allegedly going on behind the scenes. We're talking accusations of coke, witchcraft, cheating, and even being a yacht girl. Yeah, you heard that right. Now before we get into all that chaos, let's rewind and break this down from the top, because this story has layers on layers.
Saweetie getting exposed for allegedly being a yacht girl, it wouldn't surprise me if it were true. And I'm not saying it is true, I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying a lot of girls be yacht girls, 304, sex workers, however you want to slice it. Saweetie has been in the game since like 2017, 2018, and her music has never done crazy numbers. She's never like broken any records or nothing super crazy like that, yet she's still relevant in the industry. She's still making a ton of money. I never once thought all of her money was coming from her music. And she makes music about niggas tricking on her and only fucking with niggas with money. She looks amazing, has a great body. She's always out the country. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if she was out here, you know, doing something funny for some money. Allegedly, a lot of the Instagram girlies, they be, you know, giving it up like that. Even if you take celebrities and well-known people out of it, a lot of regular everyday people be giving it up like that. No, I feel like there's like levels to it. There's some people, they'll just have some tricks who they can hit up for some money. There's some people who will go on dates with men. Some people hit the blade and find men. I just wouldn't be too surprised if Saweetie had gotten into some crazy things. But the girl who came out and accused Saweetie of doing all this and of allegedly, you know, doing the booger sugar, she 100% gives madam vibes. Because to be talking about, oh, I took you to this country, I took you to this place, that place, she definitely gave madam who Saweetie tried to run off on, and now the girl has clearly said what she needs to say behind closed doors, still hasn't got her money, now she's bringing it to the internet. So I don't know, but it's all crazy. Honestly, nothing surprises me though. Like, at the end of the day, we don't know these people, so I could hear anything about anybody and be like, I could probably see that, because bitch, I don't know.
It all started when one of Saweetie's former associates, someone who claimed she worked closely with her, hopped on Instagram and aired her out. She said Saweetie hadn't paid her for helping her get gigs, but the way she worded it, it didn't sound like she was talking about brand deals or music bookings. She accused Saweetie of being fake, manipulative, and even claimed the rapper was involved in dark stuff, witchcraft, to stay successful. She then hinted that Saweetie had allegedly been messing with other people's husbands, including a certain high-profile rappers, and, she specifically dropped Offset's name. According to the post, Saweetie was allegedly creeping around with him while he was still with Cardi B, a rumor that's been floating in the background of the internet for years, but never had anyone from her circle speak on it directly.
So Saweetie has really been a topic of conversation this week because of her music. No, come on, don't be ridiculous. Come on, be serious for 1 fucking second. If you're gonna play games, get off the video and let's not even talk. Blind Adams have been saying this for a while, but now there is a woman on Instagram who is accusing Saweetie of being a yacht girl. And for those of you who don't know what a yacht girl is, it's basically a girl who sells cookies, but she's not a Girl Scout. If you hearing this news is shocking to you and you never saw this coming, I'm willing to bet that you're also the kind of person who, when your baby daddy said if you gave him a little bit more coochie, he would start being a better father. And you believed him and did it. Hearing this news is unbelievable to you, it's shocking to you, you're also the kind of person who buys hair care products from The Rock. I have said it before, and I get crucified for it, people get so mad every single time I bring it up, but your favorite musicians are not very wealthy. Like, there's no money to be made in the music industry. A lot of them are broke. Some of the influencers on this app make more money than your favorite musicians. And the reason why, it's not just because, I think especially this applies especially like in hip hop, it's not just because they don't get paid that much, it's also because they get paid a decent amount. It's because their lifestyle is extremely expensive. Like, if you are in hip hop, part of being in hip hop is that you have to look rich, you have to pretend to be ultra wealthy, and living outside of your means is very expensive. It's not just like having a fancy house and owning cars, right? It's also like having a glam team all the time, having an agent, having a manager, having a social media person. All of that is very, very expensive. In your mind, you thought Saweetie was affording all of that off of her music career when she's been in the game 10 years and has still not put out a debut album? The hilarious thing about that is that I think that Saweetie is very, very marketable. I think there's a world where Saweetie could make a bunch of money because at this point in time, the point in becoming a musician is because it's the easiest way to become famous, right? And once you are famous, then you are marketable, and that's when you bring in the money. If you are ever trying to pocket watch your favorite celebrity and they're a musician specifically, right, you're trying to figure out if they're broke or not, all you have to do is check to see their endorsement deals, right? The more endorsement deals they have, the more paid they are. If you have a favorite celebrity, I'm not gonna say no names, there's one in particular I'm thinking of, and they haven't had an endorsement deal in years, they're probably broke. And I'm gonna leave that at that. Unless they own businesses and companies that are kept on the hush, 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 they're probably broke. Pink wig.
That was already explosive enough. But then this ex-friend didn't stop there. She also leaked text messages that allegedly showed Saweetie talking about her new man, soccer star Jota John Sanchez, in a way that made fans side-eye everything.
Why is everybody acting so shocked that Saweetie be out there selling that box? Because if you want to be real, like, Saweetie is a rapper, but she don't make money from rap. So how else is she supposed to keep up with her flashy, wealthy lifestyle? Like, let's be all the way real. Her music don't sell. She don't go on tour. She don't have no brand deals. Like, she don't do anything. She barely posts, because that's how people in all them industries really get their money, like, especially rappers, because, you know, rappers be on their label money, but if you're not making any money, you're going to owe your label, and then that's why you get shelved or they dropped you. Like, Saweetie don't even have an album out, and matter of fact, Saweetie has never dropped an album, actually. Then on top of it, she's never been on a tour by herself, like a tour for Saweetie. Saweetie's never even been on tour. Most she's ever did was pop up at Rolling Loud Festival. She's never did nothing else. Now, granted, she had a couple endorsements with McDonald's and Mac and some other shit, but Saweetie don't make no noise. She's still, like, at the level she's at, she's damn near still a new artist. She just didn't go nowhere. Like, so for her to be selling that box overseas and damn near got a madam and be doing drugs, well, yeah, like, she's just doing what she got to do. And I just feel like that's a lot of those rap girls, because their music don't sell, so they're not making money from music. So if they're not making money from music, they either selling it or they put up with a rich man somewhere, like JT. Like, your music don't sell, but your lifestyle's so flashy, so clearly somebody's footing the bill.
If you don't know, John Sanchez is a big name in the European football world. Wealthy, clean image, and head over heels for Saweetie. He's even got her name tattooed on him, and they've been spotted traveling together all over Europe. But according to the text that leaked, Saweetie was allegedly using him for the bag. The messages hinted that she saw him as a financial opportunity, not a soulmate.
Female rap artist Saweetie has recently been accused of being a yachter, doing paid and arranged relationships, losing clients because she's abusing substances, doing voodoo. I see a lot of people, one, asking what yachting is, and two, wanting this whole situation broken down, so I'm gonna break it down for you. Now, Saweetie's accused of being a yachter. A yachter is somebody that gets on boats and they abuse maritime law. There's a thin line of do's and don'ts in the ocean, and sometimes they use that thin line to buy and sell cash. Now, Saweetie does live a very luxurious lifestyle, and I just can't believe that she's living this lifestyle from her music. Now, Maybach May, who's put these allegations on Saweetie, is accused of being a madame. A madame is a higher tier yachter or a higher tier escort, and they usually are in charge of divvying out the girls. A good example of an alleged madame is Natalie Nunn or Jocelyn Hernandez or any other bitches that got a show on Zeus Network. They have countless allegations of going to Dubai for these lash parties, but you never see any lashes sold. Then they always come back talking about how they got the bag. Now, one of the things that seems Maybach May is accusing Saweetie of is not fulfilling the full agreement. What's the agreement, you may ask? I think Saweetie was supposed to meet up with the soccer player. I think they were supposed to do and call it a day. Now, Miss Madame is alleging that Saweetie told the soccer player not to pay the madame and just to pay her. Now, here's a video of Saweetie originally meeting the guy at the soccer game, and I think it is a little weird that she doesn't even look like she knows who he is. She doesn't even realize that he's coming over to see her until he gets there, and then she hugs him, and it's a little awkward. Now, she said this was a paid appearance, so what I think was supposed to happen is I think Saweetie was supposed to get paid to go visit this guy. Visit, if you know what I mean. I think when this man visited Saweetie, he fell in love, and she realized that, so she told this man, just pay me, you don't gotta pay her. Now, since Saweetie got the whole pay cut, maybe they have to act like they're in a relationship so it doesn't look weird, the big transfer of money. Because what famous sports player is not gonna give his girl hella money anyways? And they were gonna ice the madame out the deal.
And that's when the internet exploded. Because if you put the pieces together, Saweetie not paying her friend claiming she's actually a madam setting up high-end clients, and Monty's slaughter from Love and Hip Hop suddenly jumping in to back it all up, it turns into a full-blown saga. Yes, Monty Slaughter. Out of nowhere, she slid into the comments and dropped her own receipts, saying she knows exactly what's going on. Monty claimed this so-called friend isn't just a normal assistant. She's allegedly a madam, a woman who matches high-profile men with celebrity women. And Saweetie, according to her, was part of the roster. Manice wrote, "No, I'm being for real. She matches high-profile women with high-profile men. The men are the clients, and they pay her for that. She sets up tours in different countries for them to meet." So in plain English, she was alleging that this woman was acting as an arranger, setting Saweetie up with rich men overseas for money. And the crazy part? She claimed that one of those clients was John Sanchez, the same man Saweetie is now publicly dating. That changed the whole tone of the story, because now people started wondering if the relationship everyone thought was romantic might have actually started as a business arrangement. Manies went further, saying that Saweetie told John not to pay the woman who arranged it, cutting her out of the deal completely, which, according to Manies, is why the woman decided to blow everything up online. Because if you think about it, that explains the "you owe me" posts. That explains the anger. That explains why private texts and photos are suddenly hitting the internet. And that's when the Yacht Girl conversation started. If you've never heard the term before, Yacht Girl is basically a nickname for women who allegedly travel overseas to entertain wealthy men, often under the guise of brand trips or influencer work. It's a polite way of describing a certain kind of high-end escort lifestyle. So when people online started calling Saweetie that, it wasn't just random trolling. It was them connecting the dots between the madam's claims, Manice's comment, and Saweetie's flashy lifestyle. Because let's be honest, Saweetie's life has always looked luxurious. Designer clothes, vacations in Italy and Dubai, constant private jet content, Birkin bags, ice, new cars. But her music career, that's another story. She's been in the game since 2017, but she's never dropped a full debut album. No solo tour, no consistent charting singles since Best Friend. And people have been asking for years how she maintains millionaire-level spending without touring or streaming numbers to match. And now, with these new accusations, the internet thinks they've got their answer. Because one side is saying, this is cap. People love to lie on pretty girls. But the other side is saying, be for real. If the music ain't paying, something else must be. And that's what's made this story go viral. The fact that, deep down, it exposes a bigger question about the entire industry. How do so many influencers and female rappers live like billionaires when their careers aren't generating that kind of money? Because as messy as this situation sounds, a lot of people are saying Saweetie isn't the only one. They're calling her out by name, but they're really talking about a system that's been going on for years, where fame, beauty, and access create a whole underground economy most fans never see. But let's stay focused, because we're just getting started. Saweetie hasn't said a word about any of this. No denial, no clapback, just silence. Meanwhile, the ex-friend is doubling down, Money is still spilling, and the gossip blogs are having a field day trying to piece together receipts. And if what's being alleged is even half true, this isn't just internet drama. It's a full-blown industry scandal hiding in plain sight. After Money Slaughter dropped that comment, everything flipped overnight. What started as a random ex-friend dragging Saweetie online turned into a full-blown industry-level expose that had gossip blogs, fans, and even other influencers jumping in with their own takes. Because the moment Money said that word, madam, it changed the tone completely. This wasn't just drama between friends. This was now sounding like a whole business operation gone left. Fans flooded her comments asking for proof, and Money doubled down, saying this assistant had a reputation for connecting women in entertainment with high-paying clients. According to her, it wasn't just about helping with gigs. It was about arranging paid meetups with wealthy men around the world. She even claimed that some of these arrangements were set up as tours in different countries. Meaning, on paper, it might look like a brand trip or performance run, but in reality, it was something else entirely. And that's when people started putting two and two together. Because a lot of Saweetie's recent travels started to make sense. Those random luxury getaways with no promo attached. The overseas appearances where no one knew why she was there. The timing that never matched up with any music releases. Fans started pulling screenshots from her Instagram stories, matching dates, flight tags, and outfits with photos from Jan Sanchez's games and events. They realized that many of her mystery trips aligned perfectly with his schedule. And suddenly, the storyline wasn't just about cheating or unpaid money. It was about how their entire relationship might have started under completely different circumstances. Now, none of this is confirmed, but the internet ran with it like it was fact. Comments under every blog post were split into two camps. One side saying, y'all just hate pretty women. Let Saweetie live her soft life. And the other side saying, be serious. The math ain't mathin'. She's not touring, her music not charting, but she's living like Rihanna in 2012. Even some of the commentary channels got involved. One went viral for calling Saweetie a Yacht Girl gone mainstream, saying, why is everybody acting shocked? Saweetie don't make money from rap. She don't tour, she don't drop albums, she don't sell out shows. How else do you think she keeps up that billionaire lifestyle? That same commentator went on to say that this was nothing new in the industry, that a lot of female rappers and influencers do the same thing, but hide it behind influencer deals and brand trips. They even brought up other names from Love and Hip Hop and Zeus Network, women who've been accused of similar arrangements. The phrase Yacht Girl started trending across TikTok and Twitter, with creators breaking down what it supposedly means. And in true internet fashion, everyone had an opinion. Some explained that yachting is slang for high-end escorting, women getting flown out to entertain wealthy businessmen or athletes under NDA. Others said it's not that deep, it's just influencer networking. But what really made things blow up again was when a third voice jumped in. A viral TikTok creator known for exposing celebrity tea explained the whole thing in a video that hit over 1 million views overnight. They broke it down like this. So apparently, this girl Maybach May, the one who exposed Saweetie, isn't just an assistant. She's been called a madam before. She allegedly arranges hookups for celebrity women and high-profile men, especially in places like Dubai, Monaco, and Ibiza, and she takes a cut. But if she doesn't get her cut, she talks. According to that TikTok, Saweetie allegedly told one of her clients, Jan Sanchez, to pay her directly instead of the madam, cutting the middlewoman out of the deal. And that's when the fallout began. It's messy, it's ugly, and it explains exactly why this all hit the internet the way it did. Because when money gets funny, the secrets come out. The TikTok creator even played a clip from Saweetie meeting John Sanchez for the first time at a soccer game, pointing out how awkward it looked. They said she barely seemed to recognize him until he walked up to her, hugged her, and smiled for the cameras. Fans took that as proof that their connection might have been arranged, not organic. And then another layer got added, the witchcraft claim. Because the same ex-friend who accused her of not paying her also alleged that Saweetie dabbles in spiritual rituals and dark energy to keep men obsessed and money flowing. Now, whether that's true or not, it just made the story even crazier, because people started dragging old Saweetie posts about manifestation and vibes and connecting it to the accusations. Meanwhile, Saweetie stayed silent. No tweets, no statements, not even a random repost. And that silence, it only fueled the fire more. Because every day she didn't respond, the comments got louder. One fan wrote, "Girl, if you got nothing to hide, say something. Otherwise, we gonna assume the tea is hot and true." Another said, "Her career been quiet for too long. Maybe this is why." And honestly, that's what's making this story stick. Saweetie's music career has been stagnant for a while. She had the McDonald's collab, a couple endorsement deals with MAC and Pretty Little Thing, but nothing steady. No chart-topping singles, no tour revenue. So naturally, the internet started doing the math. How is she funding designer fits, constant flights, and villas in Italy with no steady income stream? Cue the Yacht Girl theories. Even celebrity gossip pages like The Neighborhood Talk and On Site started hinting that Saweetie might not be the only one living this double life. And the conversation shifted from just her to a bigger look at female celebrity culture in general. People started saying that the rise of soft life and that girl culture on social media has blurred the line between luxury and illusion, that a lot of celebs and influencers are selling a lifestyle that's funded by things they'd never admit publicly. But back to Saweetie, because Moniece wasn't done either. She went live and said point blank that this whole thing could have been avoided if people stayed professional and stopped getting greedy. Fans took that as her confirming that the story about money being owed was real. She said, "When you play these kinds of games, discretion is everything. You don't cross clients. You don't cross connects. Because the minute you do, exposure is imminent." That one line, "exposure is imminent," became the quote of the week. It was reposted everywhere, with people saying Moniece basically confirmed that there was a bigger operation behind the scenes. And now, people are wondering, what's next? Will Saweetie respond? Will the so-called madam drop more receipts? Or will this all quietly disappear like most celebrity scandals do? Swept under the rug once the next viral drama hits. Either way, this story has officially turned Saweetie's image upside down, from the Icy Girl to the Yacht Girl, in less than a week. At this point, the whole Saweetie situation had social media in a chokehold. Every gossip page, TikTok commentator, and Twitter thread was dissecting her every move, trying to figure out what's real, what's fake, and what's just internet chaos on steroids. Because while her fans were still defending her, saying this is all just jealous energy, the receipts, timelines, and cryptic comments kept piling up. People started digging into the timeline of Saweetie's career, realizing that despite all the fame, her actual output hasn't matched the image. No tours, no major performances in years, no debut album. But somehow, a lifestyle that looks like she's making Rihanna money. That disconnect hit different once the Yacht Girl rumors started flying. And while Saweetie stayed silent, the internet filled in the blanks for her. Creators started making compilation videos comparing clips of Saweetie showing off luxury items to leaked madam texts. They'd zoom in on captions like "new blessings" or "manifested again" and edit them with dramatic voiceovers saying, "Or did she book another client?" It was messy, shady, and viral all at once. Exactly how the internet loves it. Meanwhile, Moniece kept dropping small crumbs during random live streams. She said she wasn't here to tear Saweetie down, but she also wasn't going to let people pretend the story came out of nowhere. According to her, there were whispers in the industry for years about certain girls being sponsored travelers, and this situation just happened to explode because money got involved. And then a wild turn. Screenshots started circulating that allegedly showed the same madam talking to other female artists, bragging about booking luxury experiences for them too. Fans immediately began speculating who else might be in that circle, dragging names, connecting dots, and creating entire conspiracies about the Yacht Girl network. The truth? Nobody really knew what was real anymore. But the internet doesn't need facts. It just needs a storyline, and this one was too juicy to let go. Still, not everyone was laughing. Some industry insiders actually started speaking out, not to defend Saweetie, but to point out the deeper issue, the illusion of success in entertainment. One PR rep said, "The public forgets that most artists don't make millions, especially women in rap. Labels give advances, not endless checks. So people get creative about keeping up appearances. And that statement hit hard, because it wasn't just about Saweetie anymore. It opened a whole new debate about how much of celebrity culture is smoke and mirrors. You had some fans calling it feminine hustle, saying women have the right to use their beauty and influence however they want. Others said it's dangerous, that it normalizes a fake luxury lifestyle that younger fans think they can reach through manifesting instead of actual work. By now, the gossip had spilled over into every corner of social media. Clips of Saweetie meeting Jan Sanchez at that soccer game resurfaced again and again. People breaking it down frame by frame like it was the Zapruder film. She didn't even know who he was till he got close. She looks uncomfortable. She smiles like someone told her to. It became the new evidence that their entire relationship was PR, or at least started out that way. And then, just when people thought she might finally respond, Saweetie posted a cryptic tweet. No names, no explanations, just, "Keep speaking on me, I might start charging y'all too." The post got 500,000 likes and immediately reignited the conversation. Her fans called it a clapback. Her critics said it sounded like confirmation. And once again, the cycle began. Commentary channels, reaction videos, think pieces, and endless what really happened threads. But here's the thing. Behind all the mess, Saweetie stayed consistent. She didn't do interviews. She didn't explain herself. She went right back to posting soft life content. Sunsets, designer fits, travel photos, and cute couple moments. It was the silent strategy most celebs use. Act unbothered until the timeline moves on. And honestly, it worked. Within a few weeks, another scandal hit the industry, and Saweetie's name slowly slid out of the algorithm. But the damage was already done. For a lot of people, the Icy Girl image would never look quite the same again, because this wasn't just a random rumor. It was a reminder of how fragile celebrity credibility is. One angry post, one money dispute, and suddenly, the entire internet is convinced they've solved a mystery. Still, one thing's for sure. This scandal pulled the curtain back on the influencer rapper world in a way few stories ever have. It showed that fame isn't always fortune, and that behind every glittery photo might be a whole lot of hustle that fans never see. And whether you believe the Madam, Monies, or Saweetie herself, the story left people wondering just how deep this yacht girl culture really goes. So now the question is, was Saweetie really caught up in something wild? Or was she just another victim of online jealousy and exaggeration? Because if there's one thing we've learned about the internet, once the tea's been spilled, it never fully dries up. And that's the story, from Icy Girl to Yacht Girl, and everything in between. Now, I want to know what you think. Do you believe the rumors about Saweetie's secret hustle, or is this just another case of social media doing too much? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that hype button. Because the next story, it's even messier than this one. See you on the next one.